Hey y'all, it is Tuesday and I'm here. At first I wasn't gonna get on because I was like, I had a guest and then the guest didn't show up. And I know like people book out so far because of my podcast be so booked up and they forget sometimes, which is understandable. But I was like, let me just get on because this is the platform and this is my platform, so I can say whatever I want to say. But either way, so I titled this Life Too Short because I think people be forgetting that like life is way too short to be doing some of the stuff that we be doing. And it's like nothing specific. It's just like life is too short to be like in drama, talking about people, not focused on what you need to be focused on. And I know like we probably talk about this a lot, but at the same time, it's like sometimes you just want to like take people and do like this to them because it's like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I think I'm in this era where I just want to take a very, very long vacation or I want to hide from people because I'm finding that everybody wants something. Like literally, everybody wants something. I don't know if um, people no longer work hard for the things that they want or they just feel entitled. I can't really call it. Like, I can't really say, like, people feel entitled to what you have, or I can't really say that um, people are needy. I don't know what the situation is, but in life, you have to like work hard for the things that you want and the things that you need. You cannot continue to like scam people, use people, disrespect. I don't know. I don't know. But I just think that we live in this world now where people just feel like before they go out and work for something, they want to ask somebody for it. And that's beginning to be something strange to me. And this is my motivation out. So it's kind of like go out and work hard for what you want. Go out and get it. Like literally just go out and get it. And I know this is about to be the most unpopular opinion. Um, and I probably won't say it on this. I'll probably say it on another one. But go out and get it. Like literally, if you really want something in life, you have to go out and establish what it is that you want on your own. You can't always wait for somebody to come and help you do something because sometimes it's no help. Like literally, sometimes there is no help. You just have to get it. But in this world, I don't know where it came from. People have this entitlement, like they're entitled to what you worked for. Even when it comes to people like doing scams and stuff, like scams are so played out because literally you ain't finna, if you trying to scam like the government or you trying to, that ain't working like that no more. So you literally have to work hard for it, or you have to build a team of people that want to work hard with you in order for you to, or for all of y'all to have something. I think it's so strange how in our community it's hard for some of us, and I'm not going to say all of us, but some of us, because I know some people that do it. It's hard for us to live all in one house and don't do stuff like hide your food in the refrigerator or write your name on stuff or be in the room gossiping about one person because you feel this kind of way, you feel that kind of way, whatever the case may be. Or it's hard for us to say, well, listen, I got some I got some chicken, I got some, and somebody else say I got some rice, I got this, and let's all come together and get some food. I know, like, I get it. It's hard times, everybody going through something, but at the same time, you're not entitled to someone else's stuff. But I think people in their mind, they feel like I'm entitled to this. And then they try to make you feel bad when you be looking at them crazy, like, I'm not, no, I can't, no. So I know one of my issues is not saying no. I will tell you no in a heartbeat, in a fast beat, because I feel like sometimes people don't try and they don't try to get the things that they want. They don't take out that time. I know in our community, we don't take the time, like we need to buy houses. We know this rent is super, super high. So we need to buy houses. And so we might say, well, I don't know how to start the process. baby, just start. If you got to ask 1,000 questions until you fully understand and people are frustrated with you, are angry with you, just start. Like literally, just start your process because in order for you to get out your situation, you have to be solution based. And I'm finding that we have a hard time finding solutions. I can't always say that it is quote unquote, like generational curses or it is trauma or um it's the man trying to hold us down. I can't always say that. I literally cannot always say that. Sometimes it's us holding us back from what it is that we need to get because we're afraid. So a lot of times it's fear. But sometimes you have to like bite down and say, I know I'm scared. I'm scared to ask this question. I'm scared to ask for assistance in figuring out how I can better myself. But ask because you don't want to keep staying in the same situation that you've been staying in. In the last couple of months, and I know that it's been like a revelation. In the last couple of months, people that I have met will be like on social media and they will be like this, and this, and this, and this on social media. And then when you get in person with them, it's like they are not that at all. So at what point do we start faking and we start living in reality? Because you could be anything you want to be on social media. You could be literally anything. You could be rich, you could be poor, you could be in love, whatever. You could be anything that you want to be. But in reality, if you're not really those things, at what point do you say, I need to live in reality? Forget how these people feel about me online because most of them faking too. Like literally, most of them are faking who they are too. And it could be me. I'm not excluded from that. But most people are faking like this person that they are. They get online and they talk about, oh, I got this job and this and the other. But in reality, they going from job to job. Or in reality, they really don't have the money. So if you spend less time faking who you are and more time trying to figure out who you really are, that might help. I think I get online all the time and I'm always talking about supporting my community, supporting my community in whatever it is that they need to be supported in and volunteering for different things. And even if you need a mindset coach and you come to me and you say, listen, I really don't have the money to pay for your services as what I seen the services was. I might tell you, okay, well, give me $10 a month so that I can see that it's something that you really want to do and you committed to it. You know what I'm saying? But the whole goal is for people to grow and for people to grow within the community. I was telling somebody a few weeks ago, and I was telling them how working a 9 to 5 job is a trick because you work all week and then you get some money at the end of the week or at the end of 2 weeks. You might work 2 weeks. So you get the money at the end of the week, but then by the time you get the money, so many different things have come up that you need money for that you can never get up. So in reality, it's like you were tricked again. You were tricked back into slavery, but in a different state. And I know they're gonna get me for this, but you was tricked in a different state. You was tricked to think that making money at the end of the week or every 2 weeks was okay. No, in order for you to get up, you have to make money every day. Like you have to have some kind of residual income coming in every single day in order for you to get out the hole that you're in. People say, well, I'm saving, I'm saving, I'm saving, I'm saving. And it's taking a long time and um I can't get to the place where I need to get. Of course you can, because at the end of them 2 weeks or the end of that week, you got to pay every single bill that you've gone on. You done went down to your last little bit of gas. You done borrowed money from people or from some of these payday loan things or whatever. So then you got to pay all that stuff back, and then you can never get to that space to where you can get out the hole. So it was a trick. We was tricked again. And I tell people that all the time. We was tricked again. No matter how you think about it, no matter how you say it, you have to bring in some kind of income. Therefore, you have to figure out a way like to get a second income. And I know people don't want to work hard, but at the same time, some of y'all are much smarter and more talented than what you put on. And a lot of times it just be fear. Like you're afraid of what somebody gonna think of your idea, or you're afraid of what somebody gonna say to you about what you're doing. Who cares? Or you feel like, oh well, everybody doing that or somebody else doing that. It's like billions and trillions of people in this world. Just because Keisha and Boo Boo and all of them doing it, that don't mean you can't do it. Because it's for you. The clients that you get are for you. They might not mesh with any of those people, but they may mesh with you. They got 1,000 bread chains in the store, 1,000 little different soda chains, and all these little different chains of stuff. That's how you build your community, by being able to have differences, because people want choices. But a lot of times we can't get to the space in life where we need to get because we too afraid, or we get relaxed. I teach my kids never be relaxed. Never be relaxed. Never be complacent in what you're doing, because there is probably something else that you need to do. As soon as you start getting complacent, that's when you start allowing yourself to fall into a hole. Excuse me. You start allowing yourself to fall into a hole, and that's not what you want to do. It's so many free services in this world that I'm sorry, I had to tell my son to come get the bread. But it's so many free services in this world that you can connect to, or that you could um get into, that's going to help you either like build your credit, going to help you find better income, going to help you do a bunch of different things that you can do in life. Y'all gonna see my son walk by with his shirt off. that that can help you, other than people who charge you because you thinking like, I don't have the money to pay somebody to help me build my credit. I don't have the money for somebody to pay me to teach me that. But there's a lot of free services that we just don't tap into because we feel like they are too far, or we're too tired when we get off work because we've been working all week, and we tired because we mentally tired first, because you thinking like, dang, I need money for this, I need money for that, but I don't even get paid until next Friday. If you live in Florida, your rent is extra, extra, extra super. Like, the rent here is ridiculous. It is ridiculous to try to live in this space. I think the whole objective is to get people to be homeless, because they know like people don't have the money to be able to keep that up. You got scammers taking people money. You got scammers doing this. Every time a scammer contact me, I always say like, listen, you taking money from me, you trying to take money from me when I might be barely making it. Go take money from somebody who really making it. I think that's like the strangest thing that I ever encountered in my life, where people try to scam people who don't have as much as them. What happened to robbing Peter to pay Paul? And I mean, Peter is really rich. Somebody who can take a dent or something like that. I don't know. I ain't telling y'all to go scam. I'm just telling y'all like, that's crazy. That is crazy. It's crazy for you to feel entitled to somebody else's income or funds or whatever. Um, at a time in my life, I remember when people were not really asking single mothers or single fathers for finances. But now that just seems like a regular thing. I got bills. I don't have time to be giving you my money that's not going to come back to me, or going to come back to me in pieces, or it's going to come back to me. And you say, take your little money or whatever the case may be. I don't have time. Like, life is too short. It is literally time for people to build themselves up. All of this, I think like almost every friend on my social media posts like encouraging stuff, motivating stuff. There's a ton of people that are like life coaches, mindset coaches, um, business coaches, and all this little different stuff that I'm sure if you talk to them in a transparent conversation, they will help you establish yourself. Because at some point, we have to establish ourselves. Life is too short to be living paycheck to paycheck and thinking that you're going to be able to excel, or waiting on income tax. If you really think about it, I don't get income tax anyway, but If you really think about it, just talking to people that I know, probably in the last 4 years, 3 to 4 years, people really haven't been getting income tax like they usually do, like 8,000, 9,000, $10,000, whatever, depending on how many kids you have, I guess. But people haven't been getting that. They've been getting like the basic, and they've been kind of frustrated because I done waited all year not to get nothing. And just the key point, if you're an African American person, make sure that you're looking at your taxes. And I know this is kind of late. Make sure that they've been taking taxes out on you. Because lately, a lot of African American people have been telling me that at the end of the year, they're not getting any money back because the job hasn't been taking taxes out on them. I don't know why they're doing that. I have no clue. I cannot call it, but make sure you looking at your check. If your check go direct deposit, still look at your check. Or like my dad say, check the trap or whatever. But just still look at what like what's on your check and what they taking out. Because a lot of times we don't. We just be so eager to see that money drop in the bank. We don't never go back and look at our check and see if they did the right thing. Life is too short to be allowing people to take advantage of you. Life is too short for you to be allowing people to take things for you. Life is too short for you to be sitting there and just sitting in your wallows or sitting in your woes or whatever. It's too short to be doing that. Like, it's literally time for people to stand up and start saying, like, I want this and let's go get it. I want to buy a house. Some people would say, oh, I got bad credit. I never bought anything. Every time I tell them, look, download the credit app. Let me look at your app. Let me look at put your information in there. Let me look at your credit. I didn't know I had a 620 something. You never bought anything. Okay, so now you go out, you get you a Chime card. You put $200 on the Chime card, and then you just keep using it and replenishing that money back. And I'm giving y'all these tips because I'm tired of people asking me for this land. I am though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you replenish it back, and then it builds your credit even higher. And some of y'all been on y'all jobs long enough to be able to buy a house. And this is just like knowledge. This is knowledge. But you don't know the knowledge unless they tell you. Right now, there are programs giving out $35K for people for first-time home buyers. Like, what's going on? You tired of paying $16.50 rent, $17.50, $22? I hear people paying like $22. You tired of paying that? Okay, so now it's time for you to step outside yourself and do something different. And not be afraid. And if you need somebody to hold your hand, or you need somebody to, I always tell people, you can inbox me, you can text me. I'm not really good with phone calls because I'm just not a big talker on the phone, or it'd be so many people calling me or texting me that it's just hard for me to talk. So it's easier to just text me and let's set an appointment so I can block time off to really talk to you. But if you want to establish yourself, you have to be able to step outside of that field and move a different way. Now, I do see a lot of people who changing and they doing different things, and they trying to do stuff, and they get in roadblocks and all that kind of stuff like that, where there are programs out there that help people specifically like you, and they're absolutely free. They are absolutely free. You just have to be willing to do the work. That's just like if you have student loans, but you work for a nonprofit organization. Have you completed the application that says that you work for a nonprofit for over 10 years so they can take some of that money off of your student loans? You worried every year about them loans going into deferment, or you worried about somebody, you worried about them, garnishing your wages. But have you said, okay, so I got these student loans, but I work for Head Start. A lot of us who live in Florida, we work for Head Start. I worked for Head Start for 5-6 years. Okay, so you call the student loan people and you tell them you want a nonprofit application. You fill it out. You send it to Head Start, or they send it to Head Start, and then boom, some of your loans are removed. Some of the money is removed, and it might be enough to say, well, I can make a $100 payment every month and get the rest of them off there. But see, ain't nobody going to tell y'all that. Are they not going to tell you in that way? Because they want you to do the work. And at some point, we have to start doing the work. So then we not drowning or um falling into like this little circle of I can't, or I feel entitled, or nobody won't help me. Because when people do try to help, it's hard to help someone that doesn't want to receive it, or it's hard to help someone that doesn't want to take the steps. If somebody giving you step by step by step by step by step, and then you want them to do it, it can't be that way. So we have to get stronger at some point and say, like, okay, I really want something out of life. I really want to establish something in life. And the only way for you to do that is to say, I'm not going to be afraid. Fear is like the most controlling thing, because fear have you feeling like you are nobody, you are nothing, you'll never have nothing. It'll tell you that over and over again. You are what you believe you are. So if you believe that you will never have nothing and you're never gonna be nothing, that's what's gonna happen. If you believe that you can't, then you can't. I keep telling people, don't talk to me about self-love no more. Because ain't nobody self-loving. Like literally, ain't nobody self-loving. Don't talk to me about it no more. We done talked about self-love, 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 self-love. And people still talking to themselves like we ain't talking about self-talk, how you talk to yourself. What you believe when you wake up in the morning, how you see yourself. Me coming from being like almost 300 pounds, sometimes I have to tell myself, girl, you are not 300 pounds anymore. I have to literally say that over and over again, because when I look in the mirror, that's still the person that I see sometimes. So that means I have to take control of my mind. So if you feel some kind of way about yourself, you have to tell yourself, I will establish getting the house. I will establish getting a job. I will have income coming in every single day. Every single day. Because getting that check at the end of the week, every 2 weeks, that's not working for some of us. I will learn how to invest in stock. I will get a bank account that gives me good percentage off of it for me even having money in their account. Because banks have to do that. If you're an internet person and you be on the internet all the time, well, you start making them reels so you can start getting paid. Who cares what people think about you? Who cares what they saying? They mad because they're not getting no money. They mad because they're not establishing the goals that they need to establish in their life. Sometimes you have to put on blinders and blockers, because people will try to tear you down because they want to do what you're doing, but they can't establish it because they too afraid, or they still talking to themselves negatively. So at some point, you have to just say, I'm gonna step over this hurdle, forget you, like how they be doing like the Heisman, little pushing people when they be playing football. Push the people out the way. Push them out the way and say no. I always tell people you cannot lend out any money unless you have $10,000 in the bank. And they be laughing. They be like, "Oh, the most." No, I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. If you don't have 10,000 in the bank right now, you cannot lend out no money, especially not no money that you don't know when you're gonna get it back, or you got to fight to get it back, or you already living paycheck to paycheck, gas tank to gas tank. You can't lend out no money. Everybody has to grow and everybody has to fight. It's so many of those like get paid the next day little jobs that they got going on. It's too many of those for people to be saying that they broke. It's too many of those. If you want to do something extra, I work on 2 businesses, and guess what? I hate that I have to be in the house all day with all my jobs. I be doing Uber just so I can get out the house. And you get paid every night with Uber. So if you got a driver's license and you got a car, why not? And people like, you crazy for doing Uber. But I feel like I meet a lot of people. It get me out the house. I don't have to be in the house all day. I can go out and say, oh, I'm going to Uber tonight. I'm going to make a couple of dollars. And I'll be cashing out at the end of the night. But you can take that income and then you can put it up. Yeah, you might not always need extra income, but sometimes that extra helps you establish or get to the space where you need to be. It helps you because, like I said, it's a trick. They're telling you, oh, at the end of the week, every 2 weeks, we're going to give you a paycheck. We're gonna give you a paycheck. We're gonna take Medicare, Medicaid, IRS. Then, oh, don't forget your benefits because now you have to have benefits. So then they're gonna take your benefits out. How you gonna live like that? It is a trick. If you want to build a business, build a business. Go online and look for you a business coach. Coaches really don't cost that much. And a lot of coaches, more than y'all know, will work something out with you to help you establish your business, help you with branding, help you learn about business, help you do whatever it is that you need to help with. So, what stops you? And I always ask people that question like, what stops you from establishing the goals that you want to establish? Don't tell me time and don't tell me you're tired because aren't you tired of living the way that you're living? Aren't you tired of not having enough? Aren't you tired of like going to your bank account every time you get ready to go somewhere like, ooh, do I got enough money? I remember. I remember. I remember crying and being upset because I'm thinking like, okay, what we gonna eat for dinner? All right, well, I can get a pack of drumsticks from the meat store for like a 5 pound for like $5. I can get like a little bag of rice for like $1 and something, but those prices are gone. It's I don't even know. I don't eat meat, so I don't really know how much drumsticks cost because I just get my kids a pack of meat and call it a day. But so I don't know what it is, what the fee is in the meat store, but I don't think it's 5.35 no more. I remember a 5 pound bag at Coquina Key Meat Market was 5.35. I remember. I remember you could get rice for $1. I don't know about people, like people who get food stamps. From what I understand, it's not enough food stamps that they give them. It don't even make it through the month. So, at what point do we start establishing growth? At what point do we start building up our community? Life is too short. Life is way too short. Life is too short for us to be hurting each other and still mad at each other. And I know we hear this all the time, but I think like it's becoming more and more and more and more that I'm seeing us do evil to us. I don't know what the problem is. We be doing stop the violence, we be doing all of this different stuff, but it's still us because we frustrated. We tired of living in the dumps and then we frustrated. And I can get it. But it's so many people that's in our communities that have big platforms and they use them for things such as, I don't know, like just for example, like, I don't know, they might post something about sex or they might post a fight. I don't know. At what point do we get out of this mind frame? People will say, "Oh, I'm a king, I'm a queen, I'm king, queen, whatever, whatever." They'll say that all the time, right? But their behavior does not depict it. I told this one person, I said, "Well, if you're a queen, I want you to look up what a queen is, and then I want you to come back and tell me if you're a queen." When she came back, she said, "Mr. Marsha, I ain't acting like a queen." I wasn't saying that to make her feel bad. I want her to know what a queen was. If you say you're a king and this is what you want in your life and this is who I am, then I want you to look that word up and then be that. Like really be that. And I'm not saying that like I have people that say, "Oh, you think you're perfect." I don't think I'm perfect. I've been through so much in my life. None of y'all would never understand. Not one person would never understand. I had to fight to be this person. And I still fight every day. I don't just fight like a little bit. I fight a lot. Nobody don't know because I'm a private person. So you won't really see me out doing stuff. I'm gonna do stuff to myself or I'm gonna do stuff somewhere else where nobody don't know me. So you don't know what I've been through and how I got here and how hard it was to get here unless you know me. Unless I've told you like my complete story of where I come from and things that I've done and things that I've seen. I fight every day just like everybody else. But at the same time, I want to see people have more and be more and establish more. But at what point do we stop? What point do we stop? I don't know. Just a couple of weeks ago, kids in Ybor, something happened when one child got killed. And then I'm thinking the whole time that this is an adult child, adult person. This was a 14-year-old baby. I got a 15-year-old. Well, he ain't 15 when he's 16. A 16-year-old and a about to be 13-year-old. That could have been my child. So at what point do we stop with like all of the, oh, well, that's them. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Da, da, da. It don't got nothing to do with you until it hit your doorstep. And then you want everybody to cause an uproar for you. But everything in this world has something to do with us. Because it's all connected. No matter how you try to play it, no matter how you try to look at it, it's all connected. And it's definitely my motivational hour, but it's connected. We are connected, no matter how we look at it. I'm sad when somebody else get hurt. I'm frustrated when I see people struggling. I seen a whole family on the streets. I asked the mother what happened. She telling me like the rent got to me, I got behind, and they put me out. And then she can't find another place because everything is so expensive. So the one question I asked her, like, what do you want to do? Right then and there, I showed her all the little apps to get daily pay. Right then and there, she signed up. I gave her my phone number. I said, when you get to the place where at least you can afford a room every night, and then you get to the place to where you want to try to build something. She called me like, Mr. Marsha, I got me a job. Just that simple. And I skipped the part where I told her, send me all the jobs that you want, and I'll do your resume in like 30 minutes. And I'll send it back to you. Sign up on Indeed. They might still be staying in the hotel, but at the same time, now she got her a full-time job. Now she knows she can do daily work and get some money. But unless you ask people for support or you ask for help, then you can't get the help. Even if I can't help you, there are a ton of people that I know that are just like me that just will help people. Just we ain't asking you for no money because we know you don't got it. But at the same time, we want to see you established. And then you go and you help somebody else that really want to help themselves. I'm not saying just go and do something for anybody. I'm saying people who are trying to help themselves, you go and help that person. So at what point do we just say, okay, enough is enough? I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm tired and I'm frustrated. I'm at the point now when people call me and they ask me for something, the first thing I say is, what else did you do before you called me? It's that simple. I ain't do nothing. Okay, well, go and do XYZ thing and then come back to me. And I'm not being mean, I'm not being nasty, but at the same time, you can't just give up. You can't just lay down and say, okay, if I have to ask somebody for something, that means like that is my last resort to ask somebody for something. That means I done tried everything. I done did anything that I could possibly do to get whatever I need. And now I say, I can't do it. I need some help. You can steer me in the right direction. And then people have to stop facading. I hate that saying, fake it till you make it. I cannot stand that. Because why you gotta fake it? Why you just can't be you? If you don't have it, you don't have it. If you're not established, then you're not established. I think that term came because people sit around and talk about people and make them feel bad and make them feel bad for not having a job or not having a proper place to stay or not having the best clothes or whatever. That's where I think that term came. Fake it from you make it. Fake it till you make it. I hate that term. Because why do you have to fake who you are? Why you just can't be you? And people appreciate you for who you are in the state that you're in. Either assist me or shut up. And that's how I feel. If you're not going to help somebody, then shut up. Nobody can't come to me talking about nobody in a bad situation because are you helping them? So then why are you talking about them? Are you trying to give them something, some knowledge, some money, I don't know. then don't come to me talking about them. Because there was times when I did not eat, when I had to let my kids eat. There was times when I didn't have no gas in my car, but I got a car, but I got to walk or I got to get on the bus. So I can't see anybody down and then make them down. I feel like words have power. If I'm talking down about you and somebody else talking down about you, that's kind of changing your situation. That's your atmosphere that we playing with. So you can't come to me saying nothing negative about anybody because I don't have time for that. If you're not going to help them, if you're not going to assist them, you're not going to give them no advice, then shut up. And the way things going right now, ain't nobody better than nobody. Nobody don't have more than nobody. So you can't talk. People who make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a year barely making it. And I know that for a fact because people get together and we talk to each other like I'm what? I didn't know. Wait a minute, I gotta cancel this. I gotta cancel that because I gotta make sure that this is gonna go. The gas go up, the gas go down. I work from home, so I got a little bit of an advantage. I don't have to go nowhere. I only have to take one child to school. It's 15 minutes away. So I can fill my tank up on a Friday or whenever I can fill my tank up and it's gonna last me a little bit longer than what it would normally last someone who has to drive a little distance to go to work because that's the only job that they could find. I always say, like, at what point did we become so desensitized and insensitive that we want to just talk about people? We want to post their embarrassing moments on Facebook. I remember when we had respect for even the crackheads in the neighborhood. The people, the dope boys might have been selling them drugs, but they wasn't disrespecting them. So if that's almost what we call the lowest of the lowest, and we had respect for them when I was growing up, what's going on now? Now we think it's funny. That ain't funny. That's somebody's mama. But that's the ignorance of our mentality. That's the space that we in now. We think it's cute for I saw a video, I think it was yesterday. I saw a video of these, I guess it was a birthday party or something. These little boys, um, they had guns, they had money, but these adult men were standing behind them. And we think that's cute. We just signed those kids, they just signed those kids' death certificates. And we think it's cute. That's not cute. I saw a video again of some little girls twerking on the table. I think they've had to be like 4 years old. Who taught y'all how to twerk? And when did y'all decide that y'all had enough booty to twerk? But we think that's cute. It's not. It's like we don't have nothing better to do with our time, but we struggling. Do y'all see the disconnect? We struggling, but we don't got nothing better to do with our time. I don't know. I think we do got something better to do with our time. Allow yourself to be free, like be authentically you, whoever you are. It don't even matter. Allow yourself to see yourself in a space to where you're established, where you're really acting like a king or a queen or whatever you are. I ain't here to judge nobody. I'm not here to say that like I'm better than people, but I'm here to motivate you, to allow you to know that it's a better life. There is absolutely a better life. No matter how you look at it, no matter where you may be at right now. I can remember thinking like, dang, it it is taking me so freaking long to find a place. Crying every day. I never stayed in a place growing up. I never stayed in a place that had rats. or mice or anything like that. But I had to as an adult. And I remember people like, why are you not going nowhere? Because if my kids got to stay in this, I'm staying too. I'm not going no out. If we got to stand here and hold our feet up, we got to stand here and hold our feet up. And I can remember crying every single day, like, God, for real? This is what we doing? This is what it is. And when I found a place, I was so happy. But I appreciated what I went through because it gave me the mindset that I will never go through that again. I will never be homeless again. I will never have to stay with anybody again because I'm going to work like a dog every day to stay on my feet. And that's when I established like building my own business because it came in my mind like, I can't have nothing working for somebody else. I cannot have nothing. So if I continue to work for somebody else, then I'm gonna continue to be in this situation because they think at the end of 2 weeks when I get that little check, because it becomes a little check then. At the end of 2 weeks, when I get that little check, that's gonna help me. But it's not. It absolutely is not. Nobody taught me how to invest in stock. I had to start like reading stuff and it'd be boring. Oh, it'd be boring. Then I would buy some stock. Then I would doggone be like, oh, I would see it going down. I would get scared, and then I would sell it until somebody else said, look, read this book right here. It's not easy and it's boring, and you miss out on a lot of quote unquote fun and all that kind of stuff like that. But when you think about it, would you rather live a better life or I need a vacation right now? I'm tired. And I've been seeing that for a whole year, and people like, people who know me, they know like every day I'm doing something. Every day I'm talking to like 100 people or more, or texting, or I'm building something, I'm making something, or I'm taking some pictures. I'm doing something, and I need a vacation. I'm tired. Y'all want to take me on a vacation? I'm tired, but at the same time, like I said, I won't go back to where I came from. I won't go back to what I used to do. I won't go back to the way that I used to look at life. And people wouldn't even know that about me because I'm quiet. I don't talk. I don't really say that much. I just internalize everything and keep it inside, and then I just move however I'm gonna move. Or they don't listen when I'm talking because they feel like, oh, well, you talk soft and da 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 da. We kind of overbearing. That's why I tell people if you ain't gonna listen, I ain't gonna talk. Because I'm not gonna talk over nobody. So if you want to learn, if you want to establish something, if you don't know how to establish something, I say it again, inbox me. I gave my number out last time. I don't remember what the number is today, but inbox me, text me. I don't know, call me through Facebook or text me like, hey, I just need some help or I just need a little advice. I ain't finna be like, oh, that's $59.99. Of course, if you ask for my services as far as like, okay, I need you to coach me, I got a bunch of different options, so that people can really get it. Not for you to say, I can't afford it or I can't do that or I don't know. It's a bunch of different options. Some of them as low as like $8. That's simple. It's a bunch of people that's like me. So if I can't help you or you don't match with me, it's a whole community of me that I know. Maybe you mesh better with that person. Maybe you don't need mindset coaching. Maybe you need business coaching. Maybe you need parenting coaching. I don't know. But the whole objective is to build up the community and to become a better person and to stop like um, allowing the media, or I don't even want to say the world. I'm gonna say the media or the people who stop allowing people to tell you who you are. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Don't be on the book. Don't be on Instagram acting like everything, because people are looking at you and in their mind they're like, oh, that's what. No. Instead of just telling them the real, like, listen, Right now, I'm living in my car. Okay. People come and they tell me stories like that and they expect for me to be like, oh, that's crazy. I be telling them, okay, well, you living in your car, and then what's the next step? With a blank face. Because it's important to me, but it's also important to me that you do better. We can't do nothing right now about you living in your car. Only thing we can do is make the next step and find out what the solution is for you to get out of your car. That is the only thing that we can do. I can't do nothing to talk down about you or talk negatively about you to anybody. But what I will say is let's find a solution so you don't have to live in your car. You might have to live in your car for another 2 months. Who knows? What I will do is call you and say, hey, you hungry? I cook some food. I always cook a lot of food. I got 2 big sons. I don't eat meat. So it's always something a little bit like, especially meat. It's always meat left over. Most people eat meat. So it's always something, like it's okay. Well, I cooked dinner. Come eat dinner. I know people be like, girl, you crazy because you always trying to feed somebody. Yeah, it's hard to think when you're hungry. I know that. It's hard to establish anything when you cannot get no kind of nutrition. It's hard to establish things when you don't have a haircut. I always tell people, I don't care if you broke or poor or whatever the case may be, keep yourself looking good because when you look good, you feel good. Walking around with these freaking bonnets on your head and your hair sticking up all over the place, that's how you're going to feel. That is how you're going to feel. I remember as a young girl, my grandmother used to tell me all the time, Domisha, get up, put on some clothes, brush your teeth, do your hair, put your hair in a ponytail. And I'd be thinking like, girl, I'm not gonna go nowhere. But as I got older, I understood why she would say that because when you look good, you feel good. And if you don't have the money to go and pay somebody to do your hair, YouTube University is so good. YouTube University is good. And you can establish yourself that way. Even if you find somebody who, I know somebody who do free haircuts. I know actually 2 people who do free haircuts for people. So you need a haircut? Okay, fine. You want something basic and you like, oh, I just want a basic ponytail. Okay, I'll do you a basic ponytail. I do not like to do hair no more, so I want y'all to don't even think about it. For y'all people who keep asking me to do hair. It's not what I like to do. I do it for a select few people only because they only want me to do their hair, but I try to give them to other people too. But a basic ponytail, come get the basic ponytail. You gonna pay me? No, you don't have no money. How you gonna pay me? Do something else. I don't know. Do something else. Just go ahead and get this ponytail so you can feel good about yourself. We used to be a community like that, but we no longer like that. Now all we do is talk about each other, argue, fight, kill each other. Even though back then we was doing the same thing like that, but not as bad as we do it now. It used to be nothing for you to make somebody a plate and say, here, if you had something extra. Like it absolutely used to be nothing for you to do that. But it's no longer that way because everybody faking it till they make it. I don't know why we faking it because if you stop faking it, people really know you need help. And then you can start putting yourself in spaces where people can assist you with the things that you need. It don't make sense to fake it. Just be authentically you and tell a person like, I need that. I need support with that. I'm tired. So I'm gonna stop talking to y'all because I only like to do an hour and I like to respect people's time. So I appreciate everybody that listened in. Y'all know I love y'all from a real place. I don't care what nobody tell you. When you come to my house and you in front of my face, I hug everybody and I tell them I love them. Because we no longer do that no more. I grew up hearing that word fluently. I grew up getting hugs and kisses fluently. And that helped me. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And thank y'all for tuning in. Good night.